Hello and welcome again to TelecomTV. We're here in California, in San Jose, at ETSI NFV 11, and I'm talking with Chloe Jian Ma, who is the Director of Cloud Market Development at Mellanox Technologies. Chloe, welcome. Thanks for talking to us. I'd like to talk to you briefly about the future of NFV. It came from nowhere very, very quickly. It's now got a real head of steam and it's motoring along at a fair old rate. But it seems to me, from reading around things and talking to people, that the telcos, who are very much in charge of the whole notion of NFV, it's what they wanted, not wanting to be locked into particular systems or particular vendors in the way they used to be. They have the whip hand and they're pushing vendors at a time when the architecture for NFV and its application has not yet been finalised. Is that the case, and what do you make of it?
We see NFV as an evolution. So people say like they want to be able to crawl, walk, and run. So basically, there are three phases to NFV. The first phase has already happened, which is consolidation of multiple services on a single device. And then going from there, we move to the virtualization phase, where we virtualize different services and run them not on special purpose hardware appliances, but running them on virtual machines so that you can have much better utilization of your hardware, and also you get operational simplicity, automation, all the good things. And looking forward, the third phase would be cloudification or going cloud native. So what do I mean by that? Currently, like I've been working in NFV for 3-4 years, and I've observed that a lot of VNF vendors, they simply just are moving whatever software that's running on their hardware appliances to running on virtual machines. But these are not cloud native. So being cloud native means two key things, actually three key things. One is breaking up your software from big monoliths to microservices so that you can scale each part independently and also make modifications, do continuous integration and continuous delivery very easily. And the second part is from stateful to stateless. So currently, a lot of telco applications, they keep a lot of state within the virtual machine itself. For that, it's really hard to scale out. In order for them to scale out easily, they have to separate the state from the transaction processing. So that's what I mean by being from stateful to stateless. And third part is actually from closed to open. Open standard, open API, so that it's much easier for automation and easier operation.
Thank you. You brought me nicely onto my next question, which is about standard itself. ETSI picked up the ball on NFV very early and ran with it and has been remarkable in setting standards, discussing the way it should be and everything else. But as you mentioned, there are lots of other open source and open organizations that are also involved, and there is indeed some overlap between one and the others, particularly with ETSI and OPNFV and that kind of thing, which work very much in conjunction anyway. How important do you think now standards are going to be going forward? Have we reached the point where the standards are set in stone, or are they still evolving?
I think ETSI will still play a key role in the transformation of NFV, because only with standard you can have vendor interoperability. But there are new things. So as I mentioned, NFV is an evolution. So we're going to go from consolidation to virtualization to cloudification. And in this evolution, there will be a lot of new things, new complications, and new solutions coming into this picture. So we don't want to have standard restrict all these creativities. And last but not least, one of the key motivations of having NFV is to embrace more new vendors. For example, the barrier of entry to sell into the telco space is definitely significantly lowered with network function virtualization, because pure software vendor can now easily get to become a telco vendor. So with all these, we want to have a framework that really encourage innovation without the restriction of standards.
Chloe Jian Ma, thank you very much indeed.